We started our orphanage because we had had a school in Ghanaib. We started the school up there for children who had lost their families in the 2004 flood. And a Filipino missionary was taking them in and building an orphanage up there. In the summer of 2008, he gave us a 3-room building that we could put our school in. We fixed the school up, had all new furniture, new pictures on the wall, new books, everything nice. And the school opened September 1st, and it closed that night with 14 feet of water, then the roof fell in. The children in the orphanage had fled in the middle of the night to get up on their roof. Their roof was under a couple feet of water, so they were standing in water. They were on this roof for 3 days with nothing but rainwater. Then Pastor Nada got them over to the hotel and put them on the 3rd floor of the hotel. So we had 40 people in one room in a hotel. When the water started going down, he found some sacks of flour to feed them. They each got a handful of flour in the morning and a handful of flour in the evening, and that's all they had. We kept saying, we will take the children, and he said, no, these are my children, I will keep them. But then on September 8th, they had a second flood, 14 feet of water again. And at that point, everything the first flood didn't wash away, the second flood did. And he was running out of even just the flour. The children had not eaten now really in over a week. And so on September 10th, he said, okay, come get them. We took the children on the 14th. We had 4 days notice to get ready to receive them and get a building ready to put them in, buy beds, just everything that was needed, a stove, food, everything to get ready. And the churches, the Haitian churches, donated clothes because we didn't have any. We kept them on our construction site in one of the buildings from September until school was out in June, and then we moved them over to that beautiful big building that we had. We put them downstairs, and our plan was to move the school over to the construction and keep the orphanage in that beautiful building. But then in 2010, we lost the building. In the earthquake, the back section of the building fell, the front was in danger of falling. So the night of the earthquake, we had to run over here, and the children just lived in the yard. It's been 3 years now since the earthquake, and they are still basically homeless, living in the school. They don't have a home. They've lost their home in the 2004 flood, they lost their home in the 2008 flood, now they've lost their home in the 2010 earthquake. And it's our dream to buy this tent city over here, to buy the land that is on, and the people on the land will be moved. They're going to get help moving. We want to buy that land and build them a decent home, a house that they can call a home, with a playground, with gardens and a chicken coop for eggs, a place that they can have and never have to move again, a place where we'll have people who will love them and care for them. That's our dream for these children. Some of them already, even though they have had so many disasters in their life, they say, I could have been killed in the floods. I could have been killed in the earthquake. God kept me alive for a purpose. I need to study hard in school and do everything I can to prepare to be whatever God wants me to be, so that I can go out and help my people. This is the desire of the children. This is their dream, to go out and help the Haitian people, the same as we are trying to help them. Some of our students in the orphanage translate for the deaf every Sunday. They help teach Sunday school for the deaf. They're trying to go out and serve their people. After the earthquake, all of our older students and children in the orphanage spent the next 2 months, sometimes 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, translating for medical teams because so many people were injured and it was such a drastic situation. They worked so hard, and because of that, other people lived, or other people maybe didn't have to have an amputation because their infections were cured in these medical clinics. I'm really proud of these children. They have a heart to go out and serve others. And I feel that it's so important for us to try to provide the setting where they can grow and produce and become what it is that God wants them to do. There are 33 children living in the orphanage now, and almost every week we have somebody saying, "Could you please take my child?" Or, "Here's this child who's an orphan." We have a girl in the school right now who is living with her stepmother. Her mother and father both died, and she's in a bad situation. There are a lot of children that still need to come in, so we have 33 now. But our goal is to build a building that will house 64. So if we can get them over there and then continue as the funding comes in to build. We can also use teams of Americans who come in. There are certain parts of the building that the Haitians do better. They're better at working in the concrete, building the block buildings. The Americans are better at the electrical, at plumbing, and some of these other areas. So we want a combination here again of Haitians and Americans working together, each doing what they are skilled in.